Kenya and East Africa is indeed watching. Thank you very much for finding time yet again to be with us on Good Morning Kenya, the home of incisive analysis on current affairs and all issues that matter to the masses. My name is David Owino. Now today we are talking about something interesting. We are talking about taking care of the immune system. We're talking about how people can stay healthy by taking care of the very element of the body that take care of you basically. And we have gentlemen who have quite a product that takes care of the immune system. We have with us in studio Dr. Richard Saningo, who is a naturopathic doctor. That is a doctor who uses the natural ways of treatment. Welcome to the studio.
Asante sana.
And we have Binod Kumar, who is the marketing director of Bioforce Pharmaceuticals, the company behind some of the products that we will be talking about today in the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, even before we talk about this excellent product that we have today, I want us to look at the immune system. Who is vulnerable? Who should be talking about, or who should be seeking medication to do with the immune system?
Wonderful. David, the immune system is the most important component of your life, or our anatomy and physiology. We understand that once your immune system is down, or is compromised, or is under attack, that's when you get sick. Any kind of sickness sets in, basically. So whether it is a simple cold to the most complex chronic condition like HIV or cancer, then you know for sure that your immune system is under attack. And so if you can get a substance, if you can get anything that can be able to help the immune system, bring you back on to good health, that's the thing you want to go for. Or whatever practice it is that will help you build up your immune system, that's what you want to do. So your immune system is the most important thing in terms of your health, and basically know that if you are attacking your immune system, if you are having practices or if you have habits that negate the practice of your immune system, then you are an enemy to yourself, you see. So we should be talking about anybody here, from children to the very old people, so long as you're a human being.
Okay.
Yes.
I know among the people living with AIDS, we talk about the immune system getting weaker.
Yes.
And at times I hear doctors talk about CD4 cell count.
Yes.
But among other people who may not be HIV positive,
Yes.
can we also talk about a point in your life where your immune system is above normal, is above strong, is above the necessary requirement of the body?
Okay. Interestingly enough, the immune system is attacked by so many situations in our day-to-day life. But there are serious situations that really compromise it to really go down, because there are scavengers, or there are, let's call them enemies. There are enemies that really bring it down, like the HIV virus, all right? There are so many other things that can bring down your immune system. Lack of sleep, for example. A lot of stress, for example. Eating junk food do not necessarily help your immune system coming up. There's certain situations that subject you to coming down in terms of your immune system. In fact, they're like, you've heard of autoimmune diseases, whereby you have a disease that attacks your body. The immune system is confused. Instead of attacking the enemy, it starts attacking yourself. So the immune system has different challenges from different angles. So what we want to ascertain and make sure that we understand today is that is there a way we can be able to bring up the immune system to take care of, for example, HIV, or to take care of any other condition that would be culprits to to the immune system: cancer, arthritis, and the rest of it. So that's where our product, the product that we want to talk about today, comes in. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so even children or adults or a normal person that does not have a HIV problem may have certain situations whereby the immune system goes, and that's why you catch a cold, or that's why you catch pneumonia, that's why you catch any other condition, or that's why malaria can take you down easily, because your immune system is weak. You're not able to produce enough of the components of the immune system that protect you from the serious dangers of other scavengers.
And are those the only telltale signs that we have when we're talking about a weak immune system?
Well, telltale signs can be in quite a number of situations. Let me say, first and foremost, is that you're always, if your immune system is down, then you easily get flus and colds, all right? You can have a skin condition that is not necessarily going away. It could be a rough skin condition, it could be eruptions, it could be, it can degenerate to a particular skin disease. Another telltale situation can be that you are having conditions that arise from day-to-day situations, like you can get pneumonia here. Within other circumstances, you find that your blood is going down, you get attacks like arthritis or joint pains, your digestive system is not responding properly, and so any infection can set in if your immune system is down.
I want to bring in Kumar into the conversation,
Sure.
and just to introduce the product that we're talking about.
Well, I would like to share my a little bit of experience, whatever I have gathered from the product. When we look at greater offense, we always need a greater defense. I'll rather like to put football game in the picture here now. So whenever we kick the balls, the goalkeeper always try to protect or defense it rather. So similarly, like in every second in a lifetime, body always come across with the microorganisms, and that's where actually it invades through the pathogens like the bacteria and the viruses. And therefore, when we are talking about treatment or prevention of any disease, there is always a gap that is called immunity. And if our body immunity is well balanced, definitely the body will defend with all the virus and the bacteria. That is where the today's concept is that. And we have decided that's the cow's first milk that is called colostrum, which has been a proven track record throughout the world, brand called Emulox, basically, which is manufactured in US, which is a US FDA brand, and which confirms that the product basically takes care of the immunity problems, and once the immunity is well balanced, it takes care of all the disease. No matter whatsoever the disease is like that. Even somebody, kids going school, as Dr. Saningo rightly said that, kids, they may have even the flu problems. Nowadays, this is the right season when kids, they go to school, they bring the flu or the viral infections and spreads in the family member, that triggers inflammation, and that also affects in the day-to-day lifestyle as well. And the major contribution, as you also rightly mentioned about the CD4 cell count, is directly relates to thymus gland. And the root cause of all the immunity to control is our thymus gland, which is centrally located on the chest, the back of the ribs as well. And as we grow, as aging process basically, the thymus gland, it shrinks down. By the time the age of 20, that is the standard of the thymus gland, which starts deteriorating from there. It's like a hollow shape. By the age of 45, it's like tiny dot particles. And by the time you reach at the age of 60, it's like a tissue. It grows down slowly, it shrinks down. And the body, all the receptor connects with the thymus gland. And certainly the white blood cell is major risk factor area where it controls the immunity challenge. And once the thymus gland deteriorates, all the body problem starts from there only. The immunity goes down. So colostrum, basically, it is a natural product derived from the world's largest producer, that is Phoenix, Arizona, that is Emulox, where it has come from. A lot of research has been carried out on these. WHO, under WHO, the National AIDS Control Organization, in phase 3, which was conducted in India, the clinical research in the management of HIV, AIDS, and tuberculosis, and they found that the product has got a proven track record which helps to bring back the immunity or bring back the thymus gland to the original position. Now, if you look at the product, basically how it works is like, as I said, the thymus gland is the root cause of controlling our body immunity.
Okay, even before we go into how the product works, Imulox, immune balance. We're talking about immune balance.
Yeah.
Meaning there must be levels here.
Yes.
And that brings me to the question, is this prescribed by a doctor, or can I just walk into the shop when I feel like taking it and go ahead and take it?
You see, interestingly, Imulox is a supplement, right? And as we know, there are potent supplements. In this country, if I'm not wrong, it is registered as a supplement. Is that
Yes,
right?
it is registered as a supplement.
In certain countries, it is registered as a drug. It is one that can be prescribed by a doctor. If you go to the US, it is prescribed, or rather, it is considered as a substance, as a supplement. All right, and so is Daisy in Kenya. So really, you don't have to get it to get a subscription, or rather a prescription by a doctor for you to get Imulox. You can get it over the counter. You can get a doctor prescribe for you. You can go and buy from a dealer that would be having this product. And so therefore it can be taken by anyone without necessarily having adverse side effects. And as you rightly put it, it is an immune balancer. You see, there is a time when your immune system overreacts, and therefore you need something to bring it to a good balance whereby it can keep diseases on check and not go overboard and start attacking your body. And there are times when your immune system is down, and therefore you need to bring it to a particular place. The immune system is really a very intricate system. There's so many things involved, and so many members or the things that are involved within the immune system are quite intricate. So the function of Imulox when it is introduced to the body is what we want to discuss.
Okay. Yes. When doctors speak to people with AIDS,
yes,
about supplementation,
yes,
we talk about which, when, and in what amounts. Is this a concern that you have with this? Do you tell people what amount you need to take at what time? Of course, you've said anyone can pick it, but the frequency of it. If I finish this, should I just go straight for another one and continue taking it? What should be the duration?
Good. The product is just like any other. Of course, you have a way of taking it, or rather, you have prescribed methods of using it. Interestingly, it's a spray that you spray into your mouth, and you can spray it under your tongue for more effectiveness. And it is prescribed in such a way that you can use it as long as 3 months, even 6 months, depending on your immune system needs. If you're using something else, for example, you're on ARVs, or you're on herbal medicines, or you're on light therapies, for example, or you're on whatever particular drug, it has a food value, and so therefore its ability to react with other things is minimal. It does not have any side effects at all. As we said earlier, the main component is a derivative of cow milk. It's a bovine colostrum. And that is the very thing that normally is in the first milk when a cow calves, or rather gives birth to a calf.
The milk is yellowish.
yellow
Yellowish
and
milk.
thick, and you cannot be able to drink it as you, or well, humans normally don't drink. At that point, they give their calf to be able to take it, and it's very important because it is that colostrum presence in that milk that helps the baby calf to be very healthy and build up its own immune system, because it starts up certain chemical processes that build up the immune system that will propel it to, as long as it lives.
Just curious, this is not in human milk.
I was going to come to that point. When mother human
Yes.
gives birth to a baby as well, baby human, the first milk always is very thick and yellow as well. I'm sure you've never observed that, but you did take colostrum as well. And so when a woman gives birth, the first milk usually, and doctors and nurses and midwives would encourage mothers to breastfeed that first milk to the baby, because it also starts up and propels a strong immune system response.
Right from the beginning.
Why? Because of the same thing, colostrum. And so it is that component that scientists have found out, not that this product is milk, it's not milk, but it is that product, it is that substance, it is that portion or particular part of the milk called colostrum that has been put aside and made into this particular substance.
Well, when you compare it like mother milk, mother milk definitely has got, when you're talking about the milk which contains full of immunoglobulins, which has got lactoferrin, and so many other benefits are there. But when you talk about particularly the cow's first milk, that is, and this milk is like the first 6 hours milk which is collected. And when you compare, mother milk has got immunoglobulin G, which is 20%. Why we are talking about whether mother milk is really helping patient to fight with the virus, such kind of virus like, of course, to immunize babies, definitely it helps. But cow's milk contains immunoglobulin G, which is 80%. And therefore, it helps various other disease also to look after. Not only that, peptide, which is the first derived milk, contains proline-rich polypeptide, which basically triggers the thymus gland, and that's how the body immune system picks up, and thymus gland triggers the white blood cells to come back to the original position, and white blood cell helps all the virus to fight against.
Okay, now when we talk about colostrum and the first cow milk, a lot of our viewers may be tempted to go for that milk, which
When the calf is born, they go
Yes.
down.
Yes.
Okay.
Would that be safe? I mean, let's just make this very clear so
Well,
that
that contains,
someone does not get wrong or...
yeah, that contains basically full of pesticide. It is not actually recommended because it contains full of pesticide and germicide. It is not recommended, rather it will harm to the babies or to the patients as well. This is, Immunolox is the only brand in the world which is collected and from the cows which are non-chemically feeded. So it is naturally without any chemicals. That's why it's a proven track record. But we don't, of course, when you take the first milk, you steer it and then you take it. But then when moment you steer it, you destroy all the supplements from there. But when you take it as a raw, that basically you brings all the pesticides from there.
Okay. In northern Kenya and northeastern Kenya, people have talked about the benefits of camel milk. Is this also something that you could mention in this? Is it still about colostrum or is it something else?
You see, why the common milk would be potent enough to be able, it's the same story. It is the content of colostrum in the common milk, among other things that are found in milk. But we know for sure that milk today is not as safe as it used to be. A lot of cows or a lot of farmers are using unimaginable ways that if a cow had a way of running away, it would run away. The feeding ways and stuff like that, what it is getting into its body, they need lawyers. Cows need lawyers today. But having said that, we find that the way this product has been produced is in such a way that on controlled pressings or in controlled situations where nothing else is coming on board. If you went to milk a cow straight away within that period that the colostrum is active, you're sure of getting parasites, you know, like worms and stuff like that. You're sure of getting cows are very, very important because of feeding on grass in the field that have grown from fecal matter that people have littered over the place, and those people may have the typhoid or the typhi microbe. Cows are very high on the typhi microbe, and it is known to even pass on through milk. And so in the manufacturing standards, or rather the good manufacturing standards that this company is using, it isolates all these other things. So even though your cow giving birth right now would have the right amounts of colostrum, it is not advisable for you to go for that milk right there and then, because you can be sure that it was injected with some antibiotic or some drug of some sort. It has eaten some fungicides in the field that was sprayed within the precincts of your farm. It has insecticides that found its way into its digestive system and therefore gone into its circulation, which ends up in the milk as well. It may have other microbes that are right there that we may not necessarily have the time to describe how they get into the cow milk. On the other hand, there are certain parts of the cow milk that are known to cause allergies in the body. Do you know that? They say about a third or more of the people in the world are allergic to milk due to the lactose intolerance. This thing does not have that amount of lactose. So it's an isolate really, where you isolate colostrum and you leave out the rest of the things that are not desirable in the milk, including the protein that is in the milk, the cow milk, the bovine milk, that is usually not acceptable in most of the people's gastrointestinal tract, which can cause things like asthma, blockage, and stuff like that. But colostrum here is being isolated and put together to be able to help in that particular immune system response.
Okay. Kumar, you had wanted to you really passionately want to talk about how the product works.
Absolutely. You see, as I was saying, like immune system is controlled mainly through thymus gland, and as the aging process and it shrinks down basically, and it affects to all our immune system. Now, Immulox basically it contains more than 87 ingredients, and the major three ingredients which help basically to the patient is like proline-rich polypeptides, and it has got immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulins are like various forms like immunoglobulin A, immunoglobulin F, immunoglobulin G, immunoglobulin F. As we know, there is always a captain of the ship which takes the ship across the ferry. Therefore, IGF-1 is naturally found in the first milk of the cows, that is colostrum, and that's the captain of the ship, which basically triggers the thymus gland to come back to the original position. And once the thymus gland basically deteriorates or it shrinks down, it releases the subgroup of thymus 1 and thymus 2, and that's from there at least it releases the interleukins, which are the cytokines basically, and that triggers the virus multiplication as well as the pain and inflammation. So colostrum or Immulox, rather, it contains peptide therapy which basically inhibits those interleukins. Therefore, the virus or the bacterial multiplication can be stopped. And with the help of lactoferrin, basically, it also inhibits the interleukin 10. And clinically, it has been proven like people who are also going for chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and the cells are damaged due to the rays passing in the bodies. This lactoferrin helps to regenerate those tissues to come back to the original position. And immunoglobulins, basically, they are known to build up the main strength for the body as well. And it has got no side effect, as Dr. Saningo has mentioned. People who are also having lactose intolerance, they are the best candidate rather, because the fats has been removed. It's only the protein supplement.
When we talk about, the reason I think we're talking about the immune system today globally is partly because of our diet, how we eat, and how safe and made our food is.
True.
And that obviously brings to focus the poor populations.
True.
Yeah. Can they afford to put balanced nutrition in their fridges, if they have fridges anyway?
That's rightly put. Yeah,
or
right.
in their homes.
Yeah.
So when we talk about this product, Immulogs, do you think it's well targeted for the poor populations?
Well, looking at the storage capabilities, by the grace of God, I think Kenya is one of the best country in the world for the weather-wise. So Immulox can be stored within 30 degree of temperature. So I don't think people need to require to put it in the fridge. That is one area. And of course, looking at the affordability, yes, at this moment, the price worldwide is same. We are also looking at to look into the price whereby joining hands, if the government can support, then the price can be certainly reduced so that every corner of the countries, the Kenyans can afford this product.
Okay. I would like us to talk about food a little deeply, and its relationship to the immune system. Let's take a short break. Good morning, Kenya is taking a short break. Just stay with us because we're back shortly.